change your mind on H-1B visas, sir?
I didn't change my mind. I've always felt we have to have the most competent people in our country. We need competent people. We need smart people coming into our country. And we need a lot of people coming in. We're going to have jobs like we've never had before.
But sir, you said you changed your position. Sir.
Trump diehards were waiting for the moment that the president-elect would finally ease their worries over this decision to change his mind on H-1B visas. But once again, he sided with the people that bought him by claiming he never changed his mind. It makes you wonder who this guy is that looks a lot like Trump.
The H-1B very well, and it's something that I frankly use, and I shouldn't be allowed to use. We shouldn't have it. Very, very bad for workers. And second of all, I think it's very important to say, well, I'm a businessman, and I have to do what I have to do, and it's sitting there waiting for you, but it's very bad. It's very bad for business in terms of, it's very bad for our workers, and it's unfair for our workers, and we should end it.
Recently, the CEO of the Tennessee Valley Authority, Jeffrey Lyash, made a disastrous and heartless decision. The TVA announced that it would lay off over 200 American workers and replace them with cheaper foreign workers brought in from overseas. The Tennessee Valley Authority leadership then ordered the American workers to train their foreign replacements, rubbing salt in their very open wounds. So we're going to bring in workers. They're going to be foreign workers, and people from Tennessee and some other states right around it are going to train them what to do and how to do it. It doesn't work that way. As we speak, we're finalizing H-1B regulations so that no American worker is replaced ever again. H-1Bs should be used for top, highly paid talent to create American jobs, not as inexpensive labor program to destroy American jobs.
He had examples, recited reasons over how detrimental the program is to putting Americans first and prioritizing the interests of the American people. The guy made his entire political identity around Americans being taken advantage of and replaced by immigrants that only destroy our country.
From the time that Trump came down the escalator in 2016, when he announced his run initially, the thing he was running on was immigration. And it was preserving America and its inheritance and its largesse for the American people. That is what MAGAism at bottom is based on. It's based on preserving an America that we know and understand and is the greatest country in the world, preserving its country and preserving its people and its wealth for its people. What this H-1B issue does is cut directly against that fundamental position that gave rise to MAGA in the first place. Now, we can haggle over some of the details and how we negotiate around identifying talent, but what the tech right needs to understand is this coalition exists, MAGA exists, Trump exists because of this question over immigration. We fought for decades on this issue. We have finally won a resounding victory here in 2024, and we don't intend to relent on this issue now just because these tech guys need a couple of engineers in their department. This is going to be something we fight on. It's something we care about, and it's something they need to understand as a fundamental issue for the MAGA right.
Fundamental issues and principles is something that these guys are showing they have no attachment to once they've regained their power. You know, it's going to be really, really hard to convince all those people that literally went to war with friends and family that tried to warn them of his true nature to now suddenly support the very things that they were rabidly told to oppose. I mean, it was blatant and consistent, but so were the admissions here and there that he was prepared to use them for his own purposes during the campaign.
Isn't that breeze nice? Do you feel the breeze? Because I don't want anybody going on me. We need every voter. I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care. See, now the press will take that and they'll say he said a horrible thing. So I'm here for one simple reason. I like you very much, and it's good for my credentials with the Hispanic or Latino community.
I mean, he did reveal it to them on accident while ranting about the price of eggs, cereal, and milk. You know, all those things that he immediately told them that he can't do anything about in just a week after winning the election.
Basically, we're going to drill, baby, drill. We're going to get the energy prices down almost immediately, and we're going to close the border, and we're going to get the crooked ones out, the bad ones out, and we're going to let a lot of people come in because we need more people, especially with AI coming and all of the different things, and the farmers need, everybody needs.
He did tell you just like he told you he wants to be a dictator, wants to give police complete immunity to kill citizens in the streets, to utilize the army to carry out attacks against his political opponents and protesters, to be a fascist leader that kowtows to his oligarchs. Speaking of which, he did mention needing help with AI and everything. I wonder whose business is heavily into AI.
So if you were, well, you can't be president of the U.S. last time I checked, right? But assume you are.
Not officially.
Not officially. Okay, so you're the unofficial president.
So we'll see how long Netanyahu and Elon Musk will be battling over the unofficial president of the United States. But until then, people are noticing that Trump is being raked over the coals on Truth Social due to his obvious and predictable betrayal of his loyal followers. Now, don't get me wrong. I have no doubt that the Maga administration is coming up with a simplistic plan to regain their trust, despite the direction that he's decided to go in, even while they tell him how disappointed they are. It'll probably be something about being afraid of minorities, the wrong kinds of immigrants, or Democrats secretly posing as Republicans to drive a wedge in the MAGA movement. They never really think very deeply on the strategy, because they've never really had to before. They just need to get Steve Bannon to shut up before he poisons their brains with these expectations or something.
Why should an American citizen, his family's been here 5 or 6 generations, that can go to college, get a degree, and is smart enough, why should they have to compete against the world on the territory inside the United States? It's not fair. Until Silicon Valley, until these places have, 20% African American and 20% Hispanic, I'd like to put an exit visa on every college graduate, foreign student that graduated from college here, in 30 days to leave and go back home and help make their nation great again. And we shouldn't take any foreign students in community colleges. That should be for American citizens, particularly for African Americans and Hispanics. They're never going to get up the economic chain unless we do this. You're not going to get folks into high value added post-industrial jobs based around artificial intelligence or coding or anything like that until we make the engineering schools and computer science schools available to them. And right now we don't. This is the reason. It's not about intelligence. It's about access to opportunity. This is why Silicon Valley has virtually no African Americans and no Hispanics. It's de minimis. They have to compete against the whole world for those jobs. And this is one of the reasons you're seeing the seething anger is that people aren't getting good jobs. And one of the reasons they're not getting good jobs, they have to compete against the whole world here in the United States. It's simply not fair.